Day 30, tell your story. The question that I'm asking you right now, perhaps you're asking yourself, is how can you inspire others to make a difference? And the answer is tell your story. You see, we started this 30-day journey with the story about Eileen Beavers, clear back in 1978, who gave me a book for Christmas called The Greatest Story Ever Told. And I just couldn't wait to open it up. I couldn't wait to read it. But when I did open it up, I was shocked because the pages were blank. No words, except a note from Eileen that said, "John, your life is before you. Fill these pages with kind acts, good thoughts, matters of your heart. Write a great story with your life." And as I started writing my life story, I found that it grew in 4 stages. It started out with number 1, desire. I really wanted to make a difference. I really did. And that's exactly where you are too. I know you're there. You've taken a 30-day journey with me. You want to make a difference. But as I began to write my story, I realized that as I was turning the pages, I was coming to the second area of my life. It was all about my purpose. I wanted not only to make a difference, I wanted to do something that made a difference. And I began to ask myself, what should I do? What are my strengths? What are my gifts? Those are the same questions you've been asking yourself. You're discovering where your sweet spot is. But as we turned the chapters, I went into phase 3 in my story, which was about partnerships. I decided I wanted to make a difference, doing something that made a difference, but with others, people like you who want to make a difference. I realized immediately that there was value in teamwork, and teamwork does make the dream work. And yet there was still another chapter in my significance story, and that was urgency. I began to realize that if I was going to do it, I would have to do it now, at a time when it makes a difference. And what I discovered was that I was intentionally beginning to live, and I was beginning to be the person that God created me to be. And that's what I want you to have. I discovered in writing my story that living intentionally was what the story was all about. Now, there's no story like your story. And yours and mine will have similarities because you want to make a difference, and you're going to find these 4 steps of significance to be part of yours. But your story is unique. It's you. And you can only be the you that you are. No one else can be you. And if you're not the you that you are, who's going to be you? No one. You've got to be you. So here's the big idea. You need to start writing your significance story, and you need to share it. You need to share it with those around you and let it go out to the world. So pick the story that you love the most about making a difference that you've experienced in this 30-day challenge, and I want you to share it. I want you to look at your 30 days and say, which was my best day of significance? And there's a place on the website for you to do it. And I want you to do it right now for me, because I want you to be one of the million beautiful stories of significance that comes around the world. This significance living intentionally movement that we have begun, you and me, we're in this together. And that's your last act of significance in this 30-day challenge. So don't you miss it. And here's a special bonus. Tell your story, and you become eligible for a free one-on-one coaching call with a John Maxwell Team Certified Coach. In other words, if you'll share with us your story of significance, we're going to be able to share with you a coach that can even help you a little bit more in living your life of significance. I just want to say to you that I've always dreamed of starting a movement of significance. I've always dreamed of having a vision that was so engaging that people just like you would come alongside. And it's not my vision, it's our vision. The vision has gone from me to we. And as you pass it on to others, it goes from you to others. I've always dreamed of that. And as I close out today with you, 30 days of journeying together, 30 days where you've done acts of significance, and 30 days where you've been reading my book, Intentional Living, you're getting the idea. Listen to me, don't let it stop with you. Gather a group around you. Get in the book, sit down, start sharing, mobilize others, start your own intentional living significance movement in your own community, maybe in your family. Here's what I know. If we all do it for the right reason, at the right time, we'll have a right return that will be a blessing to millions of people. You will have a story that when it's finished, your children and your grandchildren will pass the book around and think of the legacy that you left them. A legacy of intentional living where significance became your passion and you added value to people whose lives were beautifully changed. My friend, there is nothing better than knowing that you made your life count by pouring it into others. Let's do it today. Let's do it the rest of our lives. Let's be intentional, and let's together make a difference.